Bonjour, this is Jasmine. Thank you so much for stopping to smell the roses on Rue Madame. For those of you who are new to the neighborhood, I am a writer, a storyteller, and a community builder. I write about culture, politics, parenthood, and my life here in France. And if you are interested in creative writing and interesting talks on topics that I cover on this channel, head over to patreon.com and check out my latest essay, article, or podcast. Thank you so much for your support. And the rest of this video will be over there because you're only going to get half of it on YouTube. So check that out. This video is a review of the film Cuties. En français is Les Mignonnes or Mignonnes. And it came out on Netflix recently, and it created a big scandal because of how these young girls that are portrayed in the film, how they were marketed. So I'm going to break this video down into 3 categories. First, what I heard about the film. Second, what I saw about the film. And third, what I thought about the film. So just to organize my thoughts, because I know I can get lost and off track, so bear with me. So some comments. Initially, I heard about Mignonnes or Cuties. Just in passing, I really didn't give it any notice because I just thought it was a film about little girls, which it is about little girls, and that's really, you know what I mean? I thought it was a movie for kids or a movie for adolescents or preteens. So I'm like, oh, that's cute. But I didn't really, stop to even look at the trailer. And then I saw the poster for it, which kind of like, okay, I understand a little bit more why, people are, going, trying to boycott Netflix. And I heard other people saying that they just thought it was ridiculous. I'm like, okay. And I still didn't see the trailer for it because I'm like, okay. And the reason why I was just so nonchalant about it, because it's just one other thing to think about, when you're thinking about, your real life and, everyday things. So much media, news coming your way. It's like, okay, another something that upset people. And also, I feel like it's becoming second nature to be outraged. So I was like, okay, they're outraged. Some other people are outraged. Okay. It's a Tuesday. It's just another day. In 2020, it's like so much. And then a friend of mine, Ed, was like, oh yeah, did you see that movie, Cuties? And I was like, again about this movie? Okay. And he was just telling me that it would be a good thing to see and talk about. And then I forgot that my husband had mentioned it too, and I found out that it was a French movie. I'm like, okay, so that's my area. French culture, French cinema, France, since I'm living here. I have to see this movie. So I did. Okay. Okay. First of all, I didn't really know what to expect because you have the marketing poster of these little girls in booty shorts and tank tops, and they're 11 years old. 10, 11 years old. Okay. So I'm thinking they did that maybe to shock you, but the movie probably isn't that shocking. You know how in the trailer they just show you the best parts of the movie or the most suspenseful, and then in the movie it's action packed and suspenseful, but a lot of it is just talking and regular stuff. But no, this movie was incredibly troubling. That's the best way to describe this movie. Um, incredibly troubling. And it's like, why is it troubling? Because they kind of exploited preteen girls and put them in like a striptease, quasi pornographic situation. And there was no real reasoning behind it. It was like, whoa. Okay, so the story is okay. This is a spoiler alert. Spoiler. I'm going to tell you about the film. So if you haven't seen it, don't, because I wouldn't recommend it. So I guess I'm not spoiling anything. But so there's a Muslim girl. She's 11, 12 years old with her family. They're African, and the father is absent. And right away, it just screamed cliches. It screamed like stereotypes. It screamed like not original, not well thought out, not nuanced to begin with. But it's just the beginning. So this little girl, she doesn't want to be in this box, I guess. That's the idea they wanted to like give us, is like she didn't want to be in this box with her veil on, and she didn't want to be this closeted little girl because she was interested in dance. And not just any dance. She didn't want to be a ballerina, which would have been more interesting, I think, because again, cliches. Okay, she wanted to twerk and, shake her butt, and which is fine for adults that know what they're doing. And it's fine for kids, I guess, because that's life. You can't protect kids from any and everything. It's like, okay, be realistic. Little girls are going to see this and they're going to want to mimic what adults do. But this film didn't stop there. That's what I thought. It was so shocking. And I was thoroughly nauseated by the end. I was thoroughly nauseated. It was just so repulsive. But let me step by step what I saw in the movie. So I already said what I heard about the movie. What I saw was little girls being thoroughly like exploited and seen in objection, really questionable scenes. It's just how the scenes were shot. Also, it was also the way that the cameraman and the production, or whatever you want to call it, shot these girls. They shot their crotch, they shot their butts, they shot gyrating, they shot little 11-year girls, 11-year-old girls humping the floor. Okay, 11. Okay, and it was like so forced. It was like, okay, one scene of them dancing, them getting into it, 2 scenes of them dancing, and okay, we get it. They want to be dancers. But every like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you saw them. It was like, it wasn't even proportional. There was no moderation. Just okay. Realistically, okay, they're gonna dance, but every 5 minutes you had a little girl gyrating or humping the floor or doing something outlandish. And I was just like, this is what I'm seeing right now. There was a scene where the little girl took a picture of her privates and posted it on social media. Like, they showed the scene. I was just, okay. And the thing is, not just that happened. It wasn't the fact that happened, which is already ridiculous, but the fact that they didn't give any explanation as to why that was even this, like, in the movie. So the little girl was having, I guess, troubles at her home, but the troubles they showed at her house didn't equate to her actions at school or actions wanting to dance, and her eventual apathy for her mother, who loved her, who cared for her, who was concerned about her well-being, didn't abuse her. She didn't suffer any abuse. She didn't suffer any, like, traumatic anything. And it was just so, like, it went from 0 to 100 without any explanation or reasoning or realistic measured steps to get to that point. So I was just like, oh my God. So her father, who's absent, he had went off somewhere, I guess, and married someone else. And in this African household, apparently, well, this is what they tried to imply, I guess, was this was normal in their culture. So her mother, who was, I guess, married to her father, or maybe technically or not technically, who it wasn't explained, but was preparing the wedding of the second wife or co-wife or something like that. So that's why the little girl, I guess, was acting out, because she didn't have her father and her father was marrying someone else and they were going to live all in the same house together, something like that. So that was the reasoning for her to, like, completely shut out her mother, which, okay, that's normal. Oh, that's believable. But, like, she didn't care about whether her mother lived or died. She ran away several times. She took a picture of her vagina. And also, okay, let's get to the that's not even the worst part of this movie. This movie, okay, these are more my thoughts. So this is my third. This movie gave the impression, not even the impression, they flat out told the audience that this little girl is inviting rape and encouraging rape culture. It encouraged rape culture. It encouraged or hinted at or leaves the door open to, like, pedophilia. And just, I feel like my only thought while watching this movie is like, okay, whoever created this movie or did the screenwriting or shot, there's a pedophile behind the scenes somewhere. I don't know if it's the director. I don't know if it's the producers. I don't know who. It had to be a pedophile behind this, because I was just so, like, disgusted and ready to vomit with how they portrayed these little girls. Okay, so that's that. Like, there was one scene where the main character, the little girl that's 11 years old, stole a family friend's phone, and that's how she was able to, like, get on social media and look at videos and, feed this desire to dance with these other little girls. The family friend found out that she stole the phone, wanted it back. And he says, "Oh, can you give me my phone back?" And the little girl started to undress herself, unzip her pants in front of this grown ass man. Like, rape me, please. I don't know what I'm doing, but please rape me. What? putting the blame or putting the responsibility, putting provocation in the hands of this 11-year-old girl. And it just didn't seem like it fit at all. Like, at the beginning of the film, she's timid. She's like very reserved, very quiet, shy, and in her own little corner. A week later, she's like a completely like inviting a man to like take advantage of her. And how, I don't know what the purpose of any of this was. It was another scene where it was like these group of 11-year girls went into a laser tag, game place without paying. And they got spotted by the security guard, 2 security guards. And they're like, okay, we're going to call your parents. You shouldn't be here, blah, blah, blah. And they had the little girl start like dancing for these grown men. What? Why? How is that? And these grown men just looking at the little girls like as if it was like a strip show or something, like a lap dance, for lack of a better word. Or it was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I was just deeply troubled by this movie. And it just seemed like this was a movie to have innocent little girls dancing around, humping the floor, doing this just to do it. And the story of her family was just a side story. Like, it was just a pretext. Like, oh, we're going to talk about her family, but the film is really just about these girls being super extra. It was just so extra. I was just like, where's the story? Where is the rationale? Where is the development of character? It was just so poorly shot, poorly filmed. Okay. So I want to get deeper, because I'm going to talk now about French culture, which a lot of people maybe from the United States might not have that context of French cinema, minorities in France, and representation in France. So if you want to really dive deeper into like the social political context of the movie, head over to patreon.com, because I'm going to continue this discussion because I'm on fire now. So head over there, and thank you so much for supporting a writer and a content creator. Thank you so much.